It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Facts. I am a problem. Nonetheless, it's me, the boy, the kid, the myth, the legend himself, Just Willie B. Yeah, I told you guys I would be back. So listen, I wanted to touch on my previous video about the worker strike. So here's part 2. Come on in, sit down, let's chop it up. So today's video is part 2 on the worker strike. I'm here at my hospitality job doing what I do, making history and being great, but that's not the point of this video. So I didn't want to make my last video too long. I wanted to address the point, get it out, see some topics, have some conversations, band about some things. And so today I wanted to share some behind the scenes things that happen from my personal experience. So I moved to San Diego, California in 2020, literally smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, right? Or the beginning of the pandemic. And I remember being here in San Diego like, wow, I'm in this big, beautiful city and I can't go outside and I can't do anything. What can I do? Get a part-time job. Why not? So I got a job working for this mom and pop hotel here called the Bay Club Hotel and Marina. I'm dropping names because I have receipts and I can backdate, validate, regulate anything that I need to. Back to the story. So as I'm working for this company, I started out working the desk in the daytime. And my ideal shift is to work overnight. I like to work overnight. I don't have to deal with any drama from my coworkers. I can come in, manage my business, effectively do my job, and leave. So with that being said, after working about 6 months on the desk in the morning, I got the promotion to go over to the night. So I work the night shift. I love my night shift. I do what I do. I mind my business. I clock in, I clock out, I go home. Most people know when you're working a shift by yourself, especially in hospitality, sometimes, even when you're working a shift with a team member, sometimes you don't even get a break. The day goes by so fast and there's so many things happening, so many fires to put out that the time flies and breaks may or may not happen. That's just a factual thing. And so in some states, like here in California, there's a waiver that you can sign to say, hey, I waive my right to a break. I understand X, Y, and Z, bada bing, bada boom. Or you cannot sign a waiver, get a break, or not get a break. Those are the two options. Sign the waiver, not sign the waiver. Break, no break. With that being said, here in California, legislation has been passed that if a waiver is in place, yet and still, whether that employee signs away their right to a break, if they don't have the ability to break, then they deserve a meal premium if they cannot leave the property. They have to get a meal premium. With that meal premium, instead of you being able to clock out for an hour and leave and have an uninterrupted lunch, you're manning your station for the entire duration of your break and you're paid to work through your break. That's the way that it works. So in this particular circumstance, I have been with this company for going on 2 years. It was not brought to my attention until fast forward to 2023, y'all. 3 years later, when I was working for Marriott Hotel International, big Marriott Hotel, yes. I'm at work, minding my business, like I always do, doing my job, and Marriott hired on a part-time auditor. And she just so happened to be a certified accountant, personal accountant, a CPA. So she and I, through conversation, we're talking, we're building rapport, we're sharing goals, we're talking about some behind the scenes things, all that. So she shares with me, hey Bernard, have you been looking at your time card? And I'm like, yeah, I pay attention to it, but I don't pay that much attention. Needless to say, both hotels, Marriott Hotel International and Bay Club Hotel and Marina, were falsifying my time card. Plural, time cards, to prevent me from receiving my meal break premium, right? So once I found this out, I had a conversation with the GM of Marriott at the time, and Kim is her name. She took me off the schedule. Kim took me off the schedule, y'all. Took me off the schedule, and then contacted HR and had HR contact me. And what I received in communications from HR basically indicated to me that I either had to now, because I did not have a waiver in place before, sign a new waiver in order to come back to work or find a new job. So I said, okay, no problem, and filed a labor board complaint with the commissioner, with the Labor Commission. 6 months later, going into the end of 2023, last year, I had a court hearing with Marriott, Bay Club Hotel and Marina, and the Labor Commissioner. I was going through so much anxiety and unnecessary stress relating to those circumstances. Just being in such a toxic environment of the management and having to deal with the behavioral issues of the guest, and then personal attacks from coworkers, and on top of that, the company stealing from me. Like, I really went into a reclusive state for a long time because mentally I could not get over the fact that I was taken advantage of in my adult life. With all of the common sense that I've garnered over the years, I was shook to my core. But fast forward, the case ended and I won. I got judgment for about $8,000, and it was because they were stealing my money. They were stealing my time, falsifying my records, and they had to pay up. It's so many people that are affected by these big corporations, and they don't have any care or compassion for their employees. We're fortunate how us as citizens, we give our whole life to these Fortune 500 companies, and they could care less about our being. And I am rallying behind any type of corporate regulation, no matter what it looks like. Price gouging, labor laws, OSHA, I stand behind it because they get away with so much, and who's to protect us? And without the workers, there's no work getting done. Take care of your workers. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Take care of your workers. So with the workers striking across the nation, across the globe, in Greenwich, Baltimore, Boston, Seattle, San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco, there's families and millions of lives being affected every day. And so with that being said, I would just say support where you can support your family members, your friends who you may know that are in service-facing jobs, because it's a lot. It's a lot that happens. It's a lot that goes on. And my mentality is no matter what, you have to put your best foot forward always. And it can be tough mentally. which results in the physical manifestation of trauma, stress, anxiety, trauma, or just everything that you can think of. And I want to tell you guys, thank you for spending time with me today. And I hope that you like and share this video, comment, tell me what you think, all the vibes. And I'll see you guys on the other side.